Yo guys, today we're going through 5 huge things that you might be doing wrong in Call of Duty Warzone, and if you're watching this, I can 100% guarantee over 90% of you are guilty of doing number 5. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. So first on the list is a huge problem in this game, and it's an even bigger reason as to why players aren't improving, and that is camping. Being stationary at any time during the game is not a good idea for numerous reasons. You can get caught off guard, you're not ready to take the gunfight, you're not always taking the gunfights on your terms, your shot can go cold, and most of all, you're not getting any kills. Yes, you might care about going for the win more than going for the kills, but the more engagements you get into, the more likely you are to win the next gunfight you're in, thus leading to the chance of you winning overall even higher. And trust me, getting a high kill gameplay or beating your overall highest kills is so much more satisfying than just getting that win with maybe a couple kills. But obviously on top of that, the win is just a massive bonus at the end. So next time you play, try and move around a little more than the game before, find different rotations and different routes, etc. and try to take those gunfights instead of those gunfights taking you. Now, next on the list, it may seem like an obvious one, but you have to stop doing this, and that is running across open ground. For me, I've been caught countless times running across out in the open, and sometimes you do have to run across the open ground, but you just have to assess whether you think it's safe to or not. And there's never a 100% guarantee it'll be safe, but sometimes you really don't have a choice. And whenever you can, use anything and everything to help you rotate to your next position. Literally trees, boxes, tents, rocks, anything you can. I'm not saying you have to hug them, but I'm just saying be aware of what cover you have around you, just in case you need to get into cover very quickly. Now, next on my list is not being aggressive enough. You'll find that most players, especially in solos, they're bricking it at all times. So if you get a few shots off, they're likely to take off running, and if you don't become aggressive, you could lose them and allow them to recover and get into a better angle or position on you. So with that being said, if you are able to get a few shots on, start pushing up and putting more pressure on. A lot of times you can catch them plating up and pretty much giving you that free kill. You'll learn when the best time to start pushing is through trial and error. Sometimes it needs to be immediately, other times not so much. And with that, we lead on to number 4 on the list, which is being too aggressive, or rather hyper aggressive. And by this, I mean taking silly plays or dumb pushes. I mean, we all do it now and again, but that's how you learn what you can push and what you can't push, again, through trial and error. An example is we'd be pushing into a building in squads, not knowing how many people are in there, but blindly running in there anyway. Or another would be pushing in the gas just to finish off a kill. Or again, pushing through open ground to get a kill or finish one off. It's about making the best decision you can in order to get that kill. It's rough because you never really know if someone is lurking, but trust me, there's always one sneaky bastard lurking like Gollum in the places you least expect it. So you need to try your best to think ahead of the situation you're in, as well as what you're currently about to do. Now, for our final one, at least 90% of you definitely do this, and it's landing in an isolated location and spending your time looting. I've caught so many players with huge bags of cash on them, and I've also caught players in the middle of looting. If you're looking to get the win and get more kills, stop wasting your time looting. You need a decent SMG and a decent AR and you're good to go. I'd say loot till you got enough for a UAV, which is about 6k, pop that and then go hunting for the nearest person, especially off the rip, because chances are you'll catch them looting too. If loadouts do become available before the first circle again, then there's nothing wrong with looting with that in mind. But the bottom line is, you don't want to spend your first 10 minutes of the game just looting, to then come across someone who has already had a few gunfights and is more ready for the fight than you. I'm very far from perfect, guys. I'm still making loads of these mistakes, but I will share what I have learned in order to help you and others help themselves. If this was helpful, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe and tap that bell for future Warzone content, and I'll catch you in the next one.